Hi friends, I'm back. It's Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. You guys, welcome to my channel. I'm more excited than usual today. Can you guess why? It's finally that time. And you guys, I haven't even opened it yet. I don't think you guys understand that I've been wishing and hoping for one of these for 3 years. Every year, my fingers are crossed. Please, please have an advent calendar. It's taken 3 years since we've had our last one. So I'm gonna break it open for you and I'm gonna swatch it. You guys know me, comparison swatches, showing you what it's gonna look like. So, these are about to drop, so let's get right on into it. If you wanna check it out, please keep watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for being here. Okay friends, new releases from Seint. We got our hands on them early. They're dropping November 2nd. Now, when this video is uploaded, that means it's gonna be Wednesday. It's midnight tonight, Mountain Standard Time. If you're like me, I got up at 1 a.m. Central Time and ordered mine early. Artists got our hands on them a little early this time. Last time there was an advent calendar. We did not get them early. Everyone had to order at the same time. They were sold out before the day was over. So here is your warning. If you don't want to have major FOMO, like I know so many people did the first time 3 years ago, make sure you're setting your alarm. I have no idea how fast they'll go. I'm praying they're not gone before everyone wakes up. There's no telling. You guys know how our stuff is. It sells fast. So here's your little caveat. If you do not want to see, if you want to get the advent calendar and you want to open it like an actual advent calendar, which is one every day or every other day, here's your warning. Don't watch this video. I am going to break this open for all of you guys that want to see if these shades are good for your collection, or things that you're gonna like. I've been waiting to be surprised as well. I know some people already broke theirs open. This is going to be my first impression. Okay, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we've got new releases. I'm gonna show you guys everything else first because it's magnetized. Oh my gosh. Because this is what I'm most excited about. I at least knew myself, and I knew I talk enough that I was like, I'm not gonna have time to put my makeup on. I'm gonna use these, obviously. We'll do an eye look at the end. But I wanted to explain to you guys everything that's dropping. Stay tuned. If you want to skip, look at the caption under the video and you can click on the number that says advent calendar and you can skip to that in the video, okay? If you don't want to see that part, you can watch everything and just stop when I get to the advent calendar. Let's do the simplest things first. So, quick, I did my makeup, color corrected, main shade, contoured with cedar. I'll put all the deets in the caption below as normal, all the colors I used. I brightened and utilized my perfector, of course, and went ahead and powdered so that when I was talking, I didn't start creasing. But otherwise, I am a blank slate. And now I'm ready for, we're gonna do lip and cheek because we got 5 lip and cheeks coming back. And then it's mainly eyes. And I really wanted to show you guys comparison swatches, kind of talk about what categories I think these would be in as well. Okay, so easiest things first. I got everything except for there is a black lace compact that will be coming in every size. I'll put a picture here. You guys know I have every compact ever. I wanted these more. I'm sure I'll get the black lace at some point, but I was very excited about these. They come in 2 colors and they are 18s, meaning they're this size double deckers. First, I'm gonna show you, black on black is always my jam. My daughter likes the other one first, but I love they have this protective sleeve. I haven't even opened it yet because it's got a 3D logo. Let's see if I can gently slide this off. I have a feeling these are gonna be my new go-to compacts, and I'm probably just gonna have one for face and one for eyes. That's my plan. You guys think that this is satisfying? My daughter always asks if she can peel stuff off like that. Black on black, black clasp, double decker, okay? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't wanna touch it or mess it up. So pretty. Okay, so we've got the black and then we've got the tan. And this one comes with gold. This is my jam. Oh, this one's got a little bit more protection. Is that not gorgeous? I feel like this just goes, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use these. We'll drop the eyeshadows in this one, and I'll put the lip and cheeks in these because they're just so pretty. So we've got those. Those are brand new. We've never had anything with the 3D logo before. They only come in size 18. So they're not a typical compact. I don't think they'll be available with like compact credit. I assume the black lace will be because it comes in every size, but not positive. Okay. The next thing that is brand new is a travel spoolie. So I'll be honest, I've had you guys know me, I'm a lash lover, so I've had this one forever. So I'm excited to finally have a Seint one because I'm always using a spoolie. I mean, it literally looks identical. So it's got the Seint logo, pull it out, drop it in, it's all black. And if you don't know, if you're a lash wearer, I like to use these to, let's be honest, to get cat hair on my lashes. It happens a lot. So I'm always brushing through. If you feel like you've got eyeshadow fallout after you put on your eyeshadows, I'm always asked, how do you clean your lashes? Literally take some micellar water and you can dip this straight in or pour some on and then just comb through your lashes with micellar water. It works like a charm. But this one's great for traveling. You know, you can drop it in if you have the old school clutch, that I really wish was back. This is what I would put in there because you can protect it or you can drop it in your purse. Obviously use it for brows as well. Oh man, that's short without putting it on the cap. Oh. Brows, I like to comb through and always like blend harsh lines after I do my brows. So there you go. Travel spoolie, that's brand new. One thing that I think is cool, we got a brand new brush that is a full double-ended brush. This is called the Etch. It's designed for line precision, I can't talk, and smudging liner. So, fun fact, we've had our double-ended brushes for, ever, and I've always had one brush saved from my past brush collection because I'm like, we don't have this brush. Like, I love our brushes, but we've never had a brush to smudge liner, and I always loved having one in my collection. So I'm very excited, and if you didn't see, we also, all of our brushes, all, including the Demi ones, which were silver, and then if you want to see the comparison, these are our original brushes. They're more of like a champagne-y rosy gold, I'd say. This is the new color they're all getting released in, gold. So I feel like it's kind of hard to see on camera, the difference, but this one is definitely more of a pink, much lighter gold, and this is like a true gold. So all the brushes are getting released in this color, Demi and 3D brushes. So you can get your favorite brush in the new gold and grab the new etch brush. So I think maybe you can see it better on here. Can you see the color difference? This is definitely true gold. It matches the gold emblem. Pretty. Okay, so this is the etch. This has a flat, dense line brush, okay? When I see this line, so if you wanna compare it to the line brush we have, okay, I definitely would consider the line brush more of a brow brush. This would be great for eyeliner, so we could try it with Black Friday. But when you typically see a straight line like this, you think of tight lining. So if you don't know what tight lining is, it's when you line underneath your lashes along the waterline. So it's a really great trick to like not take up any lid space. If you have smaller eyes, more mature eyes, really hooded eyes, because it's not gonna put like a thick line here and take away some of that lid that you can see. It's great for mature eyes as well. And so you don't see me do it because I'm a lashify and I like to treat all the lash wearers, because typically you have to lift and you apply it right where that spine of the lashes are, meaning you are gonna be a lot more prone to like pulling or loosening where those are adhered to your lashes. So I typically don't do it on the top. When I do, I have done it along the bottom. I have small eyes, so it can really close off your eyes. You have to be a little bit strategic. If you have large eyes, I see people do it all the time and it looks gorgeous. It really gives a lot of definition, and like, I do it when I want a really like dramatic look, because on me, it really looks dramatic. Depends on your eye shape and size, to be honest. So you can imagine if I had a line like inside my eyes, it's gonna automatically close my smaller eyes. It's gonna make them look smaller. So if you have doe eyes, more like round, large eyes, you might like the technique because it's gonna make your eyes look more almond, smaller. But that is what I would say this flat end would be best for. Tight lining with a cream liner. Now I will be honest, our Black Friday, I typically recommend my clients not use Black Friday on the waterline because it is not a waterproof, water resistant eyeliner. It smudges out really well. It's not meant to be applied to something wet. If you've ever lined your waterline before, you know how difficult it is to get to stay all day. You typically want to look for something water resistant. So just a heads up, I'm not going to be utilizing it there. I know I have a couple I pulled out of my stash, if you will, that I have used in the waterline that I feel like are more designed for that. And you typically see creams in a pot like this when you're using a brush like that. So I've got L'Oreal Lacquer Liner, 24-hour infallible, black is black, and Maybelline Eye Studio, again, black is black. I think both of these would be better options if you truly do want waterline all day wear. Now, the side I'm most excited, since I'm not much of a tight liner, is this. And this is the smudge brush. And this looks exactly like the one I used to have, which I think I gave to my daughter because I couldn't find it. And I'll show you how I'm gonna use this, but this is what I used to always smudge that bottom line. You guys know I don't like a harsh line. It tends to age us. This is golden. So it is dense, but yeah, it's really soft, actually, surprisingly soft. And it's just gonna work far better than like trying to smudge it out with like a pointed type brush like this. So I'm super stoked. We're gonna test this bad boy out. I might even try to line. I typically like an angled brush for along my lashes, but you know what? I think this is, if you like to stamp, which is typically how I apply my Black Friday, this will stamp a line, a really nice straight line as well. So we will test this when we get to and eye look. So that's the Etch Brush, brand new. Okay, let's first finish with my lip and cheeks. I have not done blush or lips, obviously. We've got 5 past favorites that are returning. These are definitely 5 of my favorites that have been limited edition over the shades of the season that I'm like, please bring back. So starting, we're gonna go lightest to darkest, and I'm gonna swatch them for you guys. First we've got Pink Lemonade. So if you didn't see this one, this is a matte, cool pink. I'd say very much a medium shade, medium, cool pink. Then we have Tiger Lily, one of those shades that I didn't think I was gonna like, and it turned out to be one of my favorites. It's more of like a bright coral, yet you guys know me, I wore it like pretty sheer all summer, and oh, it's so pretty. If you like coral shades, you would love this. And this one has not come back this year, and so I was really stoked because it was a shade of the season, I believe last year. This is Rosewood. It is the perfect fall tone. It is very terracotta. It's so pretty. Rosewood, right? Yeah, Rosewood. It's been a long time since we've had this one. I love this shade because it gives like that beautiful touch of warmth. It's probably the most warm-ish shade we've ever had. No lie, one of my favorite shades of all time. I don't know how many times I've talked about how to make this shade. It was originally created by an artist. It was permanent, and when it went limited edition, I no joke, I think shed a few tears because I was like, no, I can't wear it in the fall. I grabbed this shade for fall. Anytime I am not gonna be taking a picture or video, this is probably the shade I wear. It's the only one of the 5 that is glossy. And those that always are asking in my color match request for a bronzy shade, I'm like, gosh, I wish we had this one. It's Love Spell. It looks so dark, but it is so gorgeous. This is the one that is gilded eyeshadow with Desert Sunset. So it looks really dark, but you guys know our glosses can be sheared out. It looks so different when I put it on my cheeks as a lip and cheek than it does swatched, I feel like. I feel like it just adds a little bit of warmth, but it's got that glow and it's got that shimmer to it, which I feel like it's like really bright outside today, so I feel like it's not translating on camera, of course, but you guys have probably seen me talk about this a gazillion times. So good. So, Love Spell, if you've never tried it, if you like anything even somewhat close to this tone, pick it up. You're gonna love it. Great for putting over tones that are like over shades that are too cool and kind of just giving a little bit of warmth and shimmer. Right. And then the one that I know is gonna make the most people happy. I believe this was one of the shades of this season at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, why was that not in the fall? Because it's the perfect fall shade. And when we just released Spellbound as a shade of the season, people are comparing it to this. So I just talked about that and did the comparison swatches when those launched earlier in the month. So it's back, baby, Renaissance. So let's see, where are my shades of the season? So this is Spellbound and this is Renaissance, gosh. Okay, this one is the Spellbound, the new shade of the season, which is limited edition, has got that purple plum undertone, and Renaissance is that warmer undertone. Both gorgeous, both can give like a very dramatic, or as I like to do, apply it like a stain and give that, that sheer, my gosh, it does stain your finger, but you don't need much of it at all. So it's got more of that warm undertone, less purple. So pretty, look at that. I feel like we got a little bit of everything coming back. So those are the 5. Let's drop them in the new beautiful compact. I'm obsessed. So those 5 are returning November 2nd. So the question is, what do we put on? Now, since I have no idea the eye look I'm gonna be doing, I think I should probably stick to more just neutral-ish, or at least the closest to neutral. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on just a very light hand, because I just showed you how pigmented Renaissance is. I'm gonna put on just a touch of Renaissance. Like just barely. For pigmentation, color payoff, I feel like for longevity, I like to always put a matte on first. And this is a really great shade, I feel like, to complement this one, which is Love Spell. So then I'm gonna put on a touch of Love Spell over it and it's got a lot of pigment, don't get me wrong, but for the glow. Is that not pretty? Ooh, I got a little too far in. I'm really excited to get to these eyeshadows, as I know you guys are. Okay, and since I forgot to put on Illuminator earlier, going in with Nova. Now, have you guys ever used a deep dark shade as liner? That's one of my favorite tricks. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Renaissance to line my lips, because any of those super dark shades that are more of like a stain, I feel like work really well. So if you're one that doesn't want to get left with this after eating and drinking, I always take my brush and kind of pull and diffuse the line inwards so you don't get left with a line, or you could just lightly fill in slightly so it kind of gives an overall stain. So when the top layer wears off, you're not left with the line, right? Okay, let's see what just Love Spell. I feel like it might be a little dark, and I have no idea what eyeshadows we're gonna do. So maybe I need to lighten it up. We're gonna try a little Pink Lemonade to lighten, which I feel like cooled it down maybe pretty, but maybe a little bit too much. We're gonna then add a little Tiger Lily. I mean, now we're just gonna have to do it all. See what all 5 look like. A little too matte for my liking. Can you guess how I'm gonna fix it? Sunshine State, of course. Okay, we'll see. Might have to fix, AKA tone down or adjust it once we get eyes on, but there's all 5 at Sunshine State. Told you guys I'm gonna use it all the time. Okay. Are you ready for it? Let's see, I might have to suck at swatching on my left arm. Okay, I feel like it needs a drum roll. That was a horrible drum roll. Guys, I kid you not when I said that I've been waiting 3 years for them to bring back an advent calendar. Last time, just so you guys know a little backstory, last time it was 25 shades, sold out day 1. They eventually did bring back all the shades as permanent, but it was a long time. like at least 6 months, maybe 9 months, maybe 12 months. It was a long time before they were released, and they were limited edition. I just think people wanted them so bad. So these are technically limited edition, 12 Shades of Christmas. I don't know if they'll be brought back. So just know, that's what happened last time. No, they told us they were limited edition. So hopefully we love them and that they will answer our prayers if we want them to be brought back. Okay, so you got, I mean, this is a great gift idea. If you can snag one to anyone, I mean, anyone who loves eyeshadow, they don't even have to be a Seint user, right? So, all right, we're just gonna go in, we're just gonna do it. I'm gonna try to swatch, classify as we go. So let's see. Number one, oh, they don't have numbers on the back, so I don't know which one's which. I'm like a kid on Christmas. Oh yeah, here's your warning. If you don't want to see them, walk away. Okay. Okay, number one, Frost. This is day one. Oh, that's definitely Frost. Oh gosh. Okay, first impression, literally mint. It's the color of mint. Actually, fun fact, this was the color of my last, I think actually, my daughter's nursery, and then my son's, when I didn't know if he was gonna be a boy or girl. Okay, so it looks like it's Swatches. A little bit lighter than it looks in the pan. It's not nearly as bright, see, as it looks in the pan, in my first opinion. Can definitely, it's very like soft and matte. Can definitely be, you know, built up, but not as bright as it looks. It's pretty, very mint. Okay, so that's Frost. Definitely agree on the name. It is a matte. I would consider this probably a 2 shade. Is that weird that the numbers aren't in order? One's there, 2's down here. I don't get it. That's okay. 2, Ice. Okay, I wonder if it's gonna be similar. Oh, crap. Almost lost it. Oh no, I scraped it. Ah! Oh. Okay, so comparison here. Ice is definitely iridescent. Oh, you guys see that? Gosh, I feel like like the camera, it looks weird. Okay, it is like, oh, we don't have anything this color. So this is, you know how like As You Wish is like purple iridescent? This is like green iridescent. We definitely don't have anything like that. Ooh, pretty. Can you see that? Iridescence is so hard to pick up on camera, always. Okay, so definitely 1 to 2, maybe. I don't know if I would necessarily, I don't know. I mean, you could definitely brighten with it. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a highlight. I feel like it looks lighter on camera. This is definitely just very shimmery. But it is very, very green iridescence, which I feel like it looks white on camera, but it's not, I promise. It's pretty, I like it. Okay, why didn't I grab a makeup white? I mean, they're not gonna have colors online, obviously, because these are all surprise, but definitely looks different in the pan because you cannot see that. Oh, wait, maybe you can see that. Oh, can you see that? I feel like they're so hard to show. All right, so that was Ice. 3 is over here. Spell. I love the names. Let's see if I can remember them. Oh yeah, I was gonna be dropping these in the palette. Let's do them in order. Trying to stay organized, peeps. You guys are just like, hurry up and open them, Sarah, because you're taking too long. Okay, I don't want to scrape it. What? That looks like Spellbound, but can you see? It looks like Spellbound, but okay, definitely matte, definitely a 5. No, ooh, not nearly as dark as it originally looked. I mean, it's dark, but interesting. I really should have swatched these on the other side. It looks more brown. It's not like Spellbound. Spellbound is purple. This is not purple. This is a dark, warm brown. I say my first impression is that it looks like it could be similar to Philly or Cocoa, maybe. I'd have to put them next to it to see. For Legend. I love the name. Makes me think of that song my son likes so much. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, let's see if I can get it to focus. Kind of a really neutrally, okay, you know how like Stardust is very neutral but leans cool? I feel like this looks very neutral but leans a little bit warm. Has a little bit more gold, but it is not a bright gold. Like, it's nothing like Gold Digger or Bright Eyes or anything like that. Let's see how it swatches. Ooh. Ooh, fine shimmer. I love a fine shimmer. You guys know me, I love a fine shimmer. I want very finely milled shimmers. All that swatches like a dream. That is beautiful. I mean, that color alone, I'd spend the money, the whole set just to get that shade. It's really pretty. I'm gonna have to swatch it next to maybe like Riviera and see how it compares. But just, it's very like buttery, very finely milled. That is a beautiful neutral shimmer for anyone that doesn't maybe want a huge pop. So as far as categories, I would say I definitely think that could probably brighten, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of like Rome, but more shimmery. I hope that makes sense. Like, I think it could brighten. It could be a 1 shade. Or it could be a 2, because I have a feeling I'm gonna wear this on the lid probably more than a brightener, but I definitely think it could double as both. And that fine shimmer, great for mature skin and mature eyes. 5, hurry up, if we're gonna have time to do an eye look. Waltz. You guys have been asking me for a shade like this for so long. It's like mid-tone gray. Yeah, I mean, we've never had a mid-tone gray ever, which I always thought was weird. Very cool, very neutral. All my cool tone peeps. I mean, I feel like on camera it looks a titch purple, but I mean, gray lends towards the purple family, so maybe that's why. I need to swatch it next to London, but very pretty. Waltz, I'm never gonna remember all these names. Ring is number 6. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, first impression. Looks like a mid-tone gray shimmer. Oh, yes. Ooh, this one's very buttery. Why did I use this finger? Oh my gosh, this one is so good. For all my cool tone girls, I mean, I'm not even into cool tones, but you better believe that like gunmetal shimmer looks foiled on, but like very finely milled shimmer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No fallout. None of these chunky shimmers. Man, that's good. Okay, so I would say the last one I forgot. Waltz is probably like a 4. And this one's a 3. Maybe a 3.5. You might be able to kind of build that up to get depth, kind of like thin, but oh my God, is that not pretty? Oh, so good. Guys, how am I gonna decide which ones to try? Lily, Lili. Oh, we've never, again, one that has been asked for. This is a lavender matte. We've never had a lavender before. Like London is always the closest. We've had some shimmers. This is definitely light. I'd say Swatches more true to tone than the first one did, but definitely a light lavender. You see that? Again, you cool ladies, you're getting a lot of good tones that we are missing. That would definitely probably be a 2 shade. It's pretty light. Kind of reminds me of like Paris in that lightness category, and matte. So that's fun. Una? Is that how you say that? Is that from a movie? Una. Isn't that from a movie? Oh man. Is Una something from like, is Una purple in a movie? Now I'm gonna have to go look it up. That is so pretty. I feel like the camera is making it look more purple. In real life, it's more of like a pinky purple. Let's see if it swatches like it looks. Oh man, whoa. We could do a fun eye look with these purples for sure. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? It almost has like more pink in it than I feel like the camera's picking it up. Definitely a 3, but is that not pretty? Okay, do you see how it looks more pink on my finger? It's more of like a pinky purple. And I feel like in the pan, it looks more of a darker purple, but it's got more pink kind of in it. Like the iridescence is kind of pink. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's pretty. It is very, very pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, so far, so good. 9, Eternal. Okay, now this is more like what I was thinking that first one, that Spell one was. This looks more like Spellbound in an eyeshadow. Like, see that purpley undertone? Oh wow, it didn't swatch nearly as dark. Maybe it's got a film on it. Let's get to the goods, people. It's not swatching as dark as I think it looks in the pan, but, ooh, I'm gonna have to compare that to Revival. You guys know that's my go-to. I feel like this looks like a slightly lighter version of Revival, which, can you see? It looks really dark in the pan, but you know how I thought Spellbound was like Revival? And then I swatched Revival and I was like, ooh, it's way darker. This one looks more like that. Very pretty. Definitely a 5 shade. Oh my God. That eyeshadow stained my finger. That doesn't happen very often. That is pigmented. 10. 3 more. How am I gonna choose what to wear? Dream. I love how they're all just like one word. It's so much easier to remember. Okay, Okay. Looks like a beautiful staple shade. A very neutral staple shade, because this reminds me of chai, but I feel like it's got more coolness to it. Ooh, buttery. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swatch this next to chai. Yeah, do you see how gray it looks on my arm? So this is gonna be perfect if you want kind of just like a little bit of definition in your crease, or a one color look. Magic eraser shade for a little bit darker tones. And if chai's too warm for you, I feel like it could possibly be a 4 though, because I feel like that's got enough depth. Yeah, I think I could definitely wear that in my crease. Obviously, once I test them all, I'll be able to tell you for sure, but it's very pretty, very neutral. Definitely a color anyone could wear. 11, Kiss. Let you guys see it first. Ooh, okay. All right, I don't know how to describe this. My first thought is kind of a peachy pink, like less pink than Tawanda, more pink than Crush, more peach than Peppa. Those are my first thoughts. Oh, that's pretty. You see that? Oh, that's really pretty. Ooh, I want to wear this. Okay. Look at that. Oh, yes. It's like more peachy than Crush. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Kiss. You see how pretty that is? Oh, that's going to be a beautiful lid shade. Definitely 2 to 3, somewhere in there. It's maybe 3. Might be dark enough for a 3. Okay, guys, we're down to our last one. What do you guys think, based on what we have so far? What category? I feel like we got a lot of cool tones. Cool, cool, cool. I'm guessing it's gonna be a warm. Is it gonna be matte? Or is it gonna be, let's see, right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers. Shimmer or matte, shimmer or matte. Cool or warm? I'm guessing a warm shimmer. Oh, I was close, a warm matte. Oh, name is Crimson. Could have guessed it was in the red family by that. It is, I would say on first impression, similar to Holly maybe, but maybe more red. Definitely is maybe more red, maybe a little bit deeper. Look at that. A little bit darker maybe. Definitely gonna have to do some comparison swatches. Okay, because this is getting so long, I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, and I'm going to find just what I think would be the closest comparison to each one of these eyeshadow shades, so we can do a really quick comparison. I'll do more, but maybe on Instagram, but I wanna have time to do an eye look. So, okay, I'm back. I did an eye look. I have so many more possibilities running through my head of different looks I can do. So stay tuned. I will definitely be doing more, but let's go over some comparison swatches real quick, because I feel like I have to compare them at least to one other shade if I can't like compare them as much as I possibly can. So Frost is right here. Okay, we don't have any other mattes at that color. Closest in tone would be Bayou, which is obviously a shimmer. Next up would be Ice. Again, it's next to Bayou. This is Ice. Atlantic would be the closest. In fact, they look pretty similar in the 10, but this one goes on way different. So this is very iridescent and bright. Atlantic is very deceiving and has that more like glitter in it. Spell, this one's much more brown than honestly, it's very similar to Cocoa. I feel like is a touch lighter, has less purple. It's more of a neutral dark brown. But I'll be honest, they're very close. Maybe if I tried to blend them out more, they're close. So Legend. Legend is right here. Much brighter than I think I originally anticipated it. This is next to Riviera, so you can kind of see. So I feel like Legend is gonna be darker than those highlight shades like Drift and Sabrina, which, let's put Drift next to it real quick. So you can tell this one's a little bit lighter. This one's got a little bit more gold. It's more of like a champagne gold. This one's gonna be a titch brighter, not quite as dark, but what's it called? Legend, right? Guys, it's gonna take me, they're gonna be gone by the time I remember these names. Legend next to Riviera. Riviera is much more of a neutral, darker gold. So you can see that. Waltz, which was this charcoal gray. We don't have anything close. The only other gray we have is Everest, which is a lighter gray with that subtle shimmer, if you remember. So definitely don't have anything in that category. Next one was Ring, this really beautiful shimmer. Okay, this one, right here is Ring. Okay, and then I was like, well, it reminds me, the shimmer of it reminds me of Finn, but Finn is obviously brown. I feel like I can't show these very well. This one's Ring, this one's Finn. That's not a good angle. Finn is much more brown. This right here is Junior Prom, which is like similar in tone, but this one's way darker. This is almost black. And then I was like, oh yeah, what about Stardust? So Stardust, I feel like I put it right here so you can kind of compare it to the tones of these. So you can see, there was Legend. Legend is much more of a champagne gold. Stardust is more of like that neutral taupe shimmer. And then this is more of a gray than taupe. It's darker, more gray, more charcoal. I feel like I can't describe things today. Moving on to an easier one. We don't have anything like this. Lily, that matte lavender. So there's Lily. Closest thing in the lavender family we have is London, which London looks very gray. Next to it, way darker. Then we have, gosh, I'm like rubbing off all of my swatches. Una, you can probably tell how much brighter that is. As If was the closest thing, which is very, gosh, it's because I've got it all over my sweater. Fabulous. As If is a much darker purple. Here is Eternal, which is the one that looks like Revival. So here's Eternal, I'm wearing that. Here's Revival, much darker, more purple. This is more of like a matte burgundy shade. Okay, the next one I also used is Dream. That's that nice neutral. Here's Dream in the middle. Here is Basic and here is Chai. So, gosh, everything's running together. I thought it was a little bit more cooler than Chai. It's definitely darker than Chai, but not as gray as Basic. So I feel like it's a touch warmer. Let's put it next to Bubba. Not nearly as warm as Bubba, but it's a really great, maybe it's kind of like Sedona, but lighter. So there's Sedona. Maybe it is a little bit lighter. Like, no wonder I might like it. It's a lighter version of Sedona. I'm wearing it. I really like it. It blended like a dream. Usually if they're too cool, they don't blend too well on me. So Kiss. Definitely, the more I swatch it, the more I realize it's just a beautiful, like, peach. It reminds me of like La Cienega in an eyeshadow form. You see that gold shimmer? This is it next to Crush, so that's the closest thing to it. Crush looks way more neutral in comparison. This is much more of a coral shimmer. Let's see what it looks like next to Anna, which was like more of a coral matte. So you can kind of see that looks very orange next to that. So it's definitely more in the peachy pink family. And then last but not least is, what's it called? Crimson. Crimson next to Holly. This one's Crimson, this one's Holly. Crimson is a much more red undertone, and Holly looks almost like a brown with a little bit of red in it next to Crimson, because Crimson is much more red. So there you go. That is all of the comparisons. I'm going to show you what I did as far as eye look goes as fast as I can. So I first went in with Dream, my shadow switcher, and I'm just going to pop this in my crease. Okay, so just in the crease, up over the hood to frame out the eye. Might go back in with more of that to blend. Okay, then I took Kiss, just with my finger, and I'm just gonna press this all over the lid. I feel like this color can really be built up or used really lightly, kind of like I used Tawanda, just for a kiss of color. See what I did there? Oh, it's really pretty. I foresee myself using this a lot. And I feel like this would be a really beautiful summer eye look, just with this and a little bit in the crease. All right, then I went in with Legend and the smudge brush, and I popped this in the inner corner to brighten, and I feel like this shade brightens really well. So I'm just gonna bring it in there and then grab the small end of the eyeshadow brush and use it to brighten the inner corner. Blend it into the inner part of the eye and then under the brow as well. So that is my number 1 shade. My Kiss was my number 2 shade, and Dream was my 4 shade. So now I'm gonna go in with the number 5, that is Eternal, the dome end of the smudge brush. And I'm gonna pounce in, and then I'm gonna press on that outer corner and build up that outer corner and take it slightly into my actual crease. I'm really loving this shade. I feel like it can be built up almost as dark as Revival, but it's a little easier to apply less and just get more of that purple undertone. Not so dramatic. Now, I did make it a little bit dramatic here, but it's very pretty. Okay, so next I went in with Black Friday eyeliner and our new etch brush, and I am gonna just kind of stamp into it and then stamp, and this brush does make it really easy. I feel like the line brush tends to make you wanna pull, which with our Black Friday, I don't feel like it pulls very well because it will actually make your line look less black, because it kind of like doesn't go on as pigmented unless you stamp it on. I even took a little bit, which I rarely ever line on my lower lash line. I'm gonna stamp it right in the outside corner. See that? See how harsh that is? Okay, flip it around. Here's where we're gonna use that smudge in, and we're going to diffuse that line. This brush works so well to make it kind of look less harsh. Honestly, it'll work with, you can use this brush, this end of this brush, for anything, whether you like a pencil. I mean, you can't really smudge out a liquid very easily, but okay, make it look less harsh. And then I'm gonna go back in to Eternal, and I'm gonna kind of use that smudge end to apply, to deepen up that, and then I'm gonna flip it back to the flat end, and again, press on that Eternal to set that line so it won't transfer to my upper lash line or smear or any of that stuff. Okay, and then last but not least, I did take a very small amount. This one is very pigmented, of Crimson. I'm talking like barely touched it. I'm gonna look and I'm gonna go up to the highest part above my hood. And here's where I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of warmth to that upper part of my eye to kind of lift. I'm gonna go back into Dream and then use this to blend. Use my shadow switcher, make sure that's all blended out. Go back to the small end, and again, blend all that out. That's it, a little bit of mascara. Okay friends, there it is. There's the finished look. I redid my lips because, let's be honest, it was gone, and went ahead and just lined with Astoria and used a little bit of a Renaissance and Sunshine State. And there you go. That's all the new shades and the lip and cheeks that are coming back, the new brushes, all the gold ones, the gorgeous compacts, and last but not least, those Advent shades are so fun. I'm very excited to create some new eyeshadow looks. Like, I want to go wash my face and do another look because there's so many possibilities with these colors. It's just not even funny. So stay tuned. I'll definitely be doing those over on IG, so go follow me over there if you're not already. If you're needing a color match or help with your makeup before all this drops on Thursday, November 2nd, or if you want to stay up till midnight the night before, let me know. I will put my color match request in the drop box below the video. I'm also doing eyeshadow color matches now. Granted, these Advent colors are not available individually, so they won't be part of my eyeshadow match because they could be gone in a day. But if you are interested in these colors, grab them while you can. I wouldn't wait on it, to be honest. They're gonna go fast. And if they don't, I will be shocked. So there's all the colors. I'll definitely be doing more with them in the coming weeks because everyone that snags them, I wanna show you different ways you can wear them. I hope you guys are excited as I am. If you need anything, just drop it in the comments below. I'm happy to help. Who is setting their alarms with me? You guys excited? If you're one of my newsletter subscribers, be sure to be checking your inbox as well. I will send you all of the deets on these items that are dropping tonight. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.